Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome back to YouTube Gaming Community number 136. Welcome to my channel XXXA385. My name is Robert, and I'm in my yearly self-imposed between Thanksgiving and the second week of January of not buying any video games at all, retro or new. Because in the past I've had a history of hyping up a retro game or a new game that I really want to my wife, and she will get, like the new game, she will get it day one, wrap it up, hide it for Christmas, and what'll happen is I'll buy it before Christmas and ruin the gift. So between now and, you wonder why I say in the middle of January, because my birthday is actually basically 2 weeks after Christmas, so it's kind of like, so for now I can't get any games. And we made the mistake the other day of going to GameStop to pick up a game for my son for Christmas. It has a little blue guy who runs really fast. That's all I'll say in case he ends up watching this. And I basically told my wife, next time I can't go in with you because it's like a crack addict going into a crack house. I go to that store that everybody loves, and you see all the games and you want to buy one. So, like the Ulterior game, the new one that I do not have yet. So, for now, but here's one of the cool things that happened. So yesterday me and my wife did our game night, which we haven't done in a while. I brought up the my 36-inch HD TV upstairs, and the Xbox 360. Of course, I was playing Skyrim, and she was playing Mini Ninja on PS3, which she actually beat that yesterday finally. But before that, she gave me these two cool games, and the first one is Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1, which we both played and loved. And then she gave me a Dreamcast Generator Volume 2, which just has a bunch of demos on it, which I don't have a Dreamcast, so I could spin this on my finger, but I can't play it. Maybe she's trying to tell me something for Christmas? Maybe she's trying to throw me off. You never know. I've known her long enough to know that she would do that. But let's get to our topics of the day. And the first one is by The Miz. And I'm going to paraphrase this because it's a really long comment. Basically, he watched a fellow YouTuber in the gaming community's channel the other day, and he had a 15-second trailer on his channel. And while watching the video, the ads popped up on the bottom of the video, and he was kind of annoyed, and he was wondering the community's opinion on people who put ads on their own videos, trailers promoting themselves. And I will say kind of what he said in this message is, I don't think you respect yourself or the people who your audience if you put ads on your own 15-second trailer, because it is a trailer for yourself. That I think if you respect the customer and yourself, the audience, you wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because I just don't think it'd be right for me to do that to my audience. Hey, look at my 15-second trailer. Oh, by the way, look at this ad on my 15-second trailer, when I could save that ad just for the video itself. Again, YouTube doesn't have any rules against it. I understand people never have enough money. No matter how much money they have, people always want more. They'll find a way to nickel and dime to get that last cent. So it is what it is. The only way to, if you don't agree with it, then simply don't watch that person's trailer if you know they're going to put ads on it. And if you don't mind, simply watch the video. But he'd love to hear your opinion on that topic. Now, my topic for today is something that I've been thinking about since basically Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3 came out. And that is, has YouTube affected video game sales? For example, let's take shooters. Let's take Modern Warfare 2. When I first saw the multiplayer gameplay of that game on YouTube, it made me want to get the game and play it. Because you either saw someone doing a montage just goofing with people, you saw a bunch of people joking around having a fun time playing multiplayer, or you just saw someone playing really well and you wanted to play the game like that, so you got the game because you thought it was fun. Shooters probably do show up the best on YouTube, the multiplayer aspect. Now, on the game that people didn't know about, that gamers talked about, that people were aware of and did better than probably would have, well, Death Smiles I think would be one of those games where when I saw Crow111's video on it, it looked cool and I picked it up. And I know a lot of people did, and so now Death Smiles 2 is on XBLA. Indie games have obviously been positively affected by the gaming community because people talk about a game coming out and people become aware of it. One I got to talk about a little bit, it's limited edition. And so the community goes out and buy it. And obviously retro games have been obviously massively affected by YouTube, because look at the price of retro games have gone up since the community has started. The game prices on retro games have gone up really high, really fast. And I honestly started collecting retro games and systems because of watching videos on YouTube. Because I realized how much I loved that system and those games and wanted those games and systems again. Or systems I never played before in games. For example, I never had a Game Boy when it came out. I didn't like the black and white screen of a Game Boy. I wanted it to be color, so I said I'm not going to play Game Boy games. They look like just generic versions of the real system games. But through YouTube videos, I picked up, like, for example, Metroid 2 Return of Samus. I really like this game. It's a really good game. But I would never played it if it weren't for YouTube. So, what do you think? Do you think YouTube has affected video game sales in a good way? And how, or what game do you think it's really affected? Love to read your comments below. Also, if anybody has a topic they think I should talk about in a future show, just simply put it in the comment below. So, we have a bunch of videos to get to this week. The first one is by, I just love this name, so I had to, even if the video wasn't great, I still had to do this. Woopwoopviking. No, Woopwoopviking. Woopwoopviking. Let's play F-Zero X Part 1. Now, this is a really good video, actually. If you've never seen F-Zero X, he hasn't played this game since he originally played it as a kid. He's playing again for the first time, and just to hear his reaction playing this game is worth watching this video for. It makes the video itself fun, despite his name, because I like his name. Oh, I'm gonna be so in trouble for saying that. I know that already. Next up is Rickonamai. On his channel, he has done a Castlevania Black Bloodlines, Gradius 2, Gradius 3, and now this is a Contra Tribute HD. What he does on his channel is he redoes the intros to popular old school games, but redo them today in HD, and they look unbelievable. The Contra HD looks awesome. Not only does it look awesome the way he redid the whole title intro, but the fact he re-shows old gameplay footage in the title. It's awesome. Next up is JillPooThree, split screen in Sony Vegas Pro 11. If you want to see, like on one of his Nintendo Junkie Tuesday video where he did a split screen of himself on the same time on the screen, check out the video. He shows you how to do it in Sony Vegas Pro 11. Next up, for a tag video, Lawn Boys Post 1975. What's your favorite Xmas video game memory? Mine is rather simple. It's one that I still remember to this day. It was when the Atari 2600 system became popular, after Space Invaders had come out, 1980. And I wanted that system for Christmas. Actually, I think me and my sister wanted that system for Christmas. And one day my parents loaded us up in the car and they went to every store that could sell that system to try to find it, several towns away. And they were having no luck finding it all. It was sold out everywhere. And finally I remember they're way up north from where we lived at the time, almost up near Chicago, Illinois. And they put something in the trunk. I remember this vividly as a kid. And they said they didn't find it. They got something else they found for Christmas for us. And I was upset. We both were, I think, at the time. Again, this is one of those things where your parents, back when their parents knew what you really wanted and they got it, but they always found a way to make you feel like they didn't get it or couldn't get it. So you always felt like you weren't going to get it, but then Christmas morning, it was the last thing they pulled out. So, we opened all of our presents that morning. Always had to wait for our parents to wake up late, even though we wanted to open up early as possible. And the last present was, of course, pulled out this big present, opened up, and it was Atari 2600. And I believe the game they got for it was, I believe the game they bought also for it was Asteroids. A game I actually love playing. And so, that's my video game memory for Christmas. And I think for a lot of people, Christmas has always been with video games, where they make their major haul for Christmas, are video games in general, especially back in the 80s and 90s. So, next up is, I'll just say Blake's Game Room, because the channel name, I'm going to screw it all up. Blake's Game Room, and basically it's Saturday Shoutouts number 8. So if you want to see who he shouted out, if you also want to hear more of him, go check out the Average Gamer Show podcast, which he is with other fellow YouTubers in the community. Next up is CartridgeGameGeeks, the Nostalgic Bit Gamer Episode 1 Risky Woods. Always love shouting out someone's first episode of a new series they're doing. And this is Risky Woods, a game that came out for the Mega Drive / Genesis. A game I never played. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Ghouls and Ghosts, but doesn't. You just have to check out the gameplay. Really high production, nice intro to the series, and if you're interested, check it out. Next up, for some fun and a birthday, Chipsturs' 30th birthday present. So congratulations and happy birthday to Chipsturs for his 30th birthday. But this video is really funny. My wife watched the video, and I did also, and we both cracked up. It's how funny how his wife puts the GIF out, and he's guessing what it is, and the whole comedy of wanting to open it up. You just have to watch it. It's a really, really great video with his usual comedy. Next up is Aerodynamisch-Game Talk, new 3DS, and Skyward Sword impressions. First of all, he gives you his impressions of Skyward Sword, the Zelda game, a game I will be buying once I get off my, if I don't get it for Christmas or birthday, once I get off buying games. That's definitely the game on the Wii I'm going to get first. He also shows and talks about the Zelda 3DS that came out, limited edition, and the 3DS games he recently got, like Tales of Abyss. So if you're interested in hearing his impressions on those games, check out the video. Next up is TheGreenMonkeyKing Neo Geo Controller Shootout Review HD. He takes the original Neo Geo, stick and puts it against the Neo Geo Pro stick and tells you the pros and cons and does a really in-depth of both joysticks if you want to check it out. Next up is KidShoryuken My Dragon Quest 25th Anniversary Experience. He went to Tokyo, Japan. He went to the, their 25th anniversary experience there. And to see that video for the cool little statues there, and to see the Dragon Quest artwork on the walls is awesome. It's awesome artwork. And then at the very end to see the lunch they gave him, Dragon Quest themed. Really cool video. Check it out. Next up is Comeback Kid. Cover art this gaming generation. In this video he discusses how he doesn't like the cover art this generation, how he thinks it's generic. How like Modern Warfare 3, basically it's all white and then just the soldier on the cover. I think one of the points he basically was trying to make in this video, which I do agree with, is I love the older cover art because it was art, right? It was drawings, it was real art. Today it's more computer generated, generic. Here's a guy, here's something going on in the background, there you go. I do actually like the more retro art drawing design than the computer stuff myself. But when game developers are trying to cut as many costs as possible, that's just one of the things that, if you don't want that cover to be that way, then buy the games. The games that really have the artsy cover anymore are the JRPGs. Like their Artillery games. This new Artillery game came out and I haven't got it yet. I need to get that game. So, next up is Classic Gamer 88, my Intellivision collection update. If you've never seen Intellivision games or like Intellivision games, check out his update. He has a massive collection of Intellivision games. So, last but not least in videos to check out, it is RedspotGames-Sturmwind for the Dreamcast official trailer, new game for the Dreamcast. It says 2011, but it's actually coming out in 2012. This trailer is 7 months old, but the reason why I'm pointing it out is recently on their website, Redspot Games, they announced a limited edition for this game, and the limited edition is coming out on the 22nd of December. And in that limited edition of this shmup, you're getting the game, the soundtrack, a full-colored Sturmwind 3D printed modeled in 1/72 scale, and a full-color tactical guidebook. And the cost in US dollars for this limited edition is $96.60. It's I think it's like €69. If you're interested in the limited edition of this game, the game does look really cool. It's an indie game. It's just up for the Dreamcast. So if you're interested, go check out the trailer or the link to the website I'll put below for the pre-order for limited edition. So let's get to some of the comments from YouTube Gaming Community number 135, where I talk about ads, and obviously I mentioned about how I lost AdSense and all that stuff. And the first comment I'm going to read is from Virus Infection 1. Yeah, at one point had an AdSense account that allowed me to make money on my videos, but a false copyright claim screwed that over for me. I honestly don't care about it. I put videos up on YouTube for my enjoyment. Another one to deal with that would be Mr. Ishbul, and it's, yeah, the whole ads thing was a terrible experience for me. I got bad from AdSense because trolls were click bombing me. I appealed it, but it wasn't approved. One thing I want to say to people, hey, if you want to take ads, if you want to take the ads and partnership, that's cool. That's your choice. I'm not telling you to or not to. Remember, the truth of the matter is, from being in good standing and not being in good standing is just a hair. It really is. If somebody click bombs you or somebody flags a video or copyrights you or whatever, you could lose partnership and you did nothing wrong. That's how the system works currently. Let's be honest here. The bigger you are on YouTube, the less likely things are going to happen to you, or they ignore things. Just look at the super big channels on YouTube. They do the things that smaller channels get in trouble for all the time, but YouTube turns a blind eye to it. The system is the way it is, like all things in life. And personally to me, videos should be made for fun. If you can make money, great. So Atari Leaf's comment was, this topic reminds me of the way eBay went. It used to be about regular people selling regular items auction style and making some money. Now it's become another Amazon, and the everyday seller is being pushed out. YouTube is going down the same route of pushing out the everyday person from making videos for themselves, friends, and family into something that only companies use to make money. Now listen, when Google bought YouTube, we knew they were going to go out on this route about making this thing money. YouTube is making money. It's not losing the gobs and gobs of money people think it's losing. But eBay went down the same route when I was a seller. eBay has since tried to come back from that, but because eBay was popular because it was the world garage sale, right? You could put whatever you wanted on eBay and regular people could buy it. Regular people could still make money on eBay. You just have to, do better service than the big guys. On YouTube kind of has been pushing you go HD, you go show style stuff, and the truth of the matter is that's not why people come to YouTube. I mean, even the big channels on YouTube, the really big channels, for the most part, yeah, they have a lot of high-tech cameras, and sure, they have higher production editing, but when you look at the basis of their videos, it's really an average person sitting in front of the camera talking about whatever it is they like to talk about. And if you go down the route of being like regular TV, why would people watch? They come here to get away from that, not to go back to that. They want people, regular people, making videos. And things will swing back and forth. You're gonna, like everything, YouTube will swing. They want higher production, they want regular people. They're gonna have to find a balance. Next up, Mark Vergier said, indeed, specific communication from YouTube to you as a customer is downright non-existent. The whole top-down, non-customer friendly approach of their operations with non-existing communication makes me wanting not to make myself vulnerable to their extra features like ad support for being a partner. Treating the customer like shit is something I am not want to expose myself to, as simple trolls can totally screw it up for you. The reason why I think you get that approach on YouTube is simply because everybody wants to be on YouTube. Everybody wants to be a star. Or a lot of people who start off on YouTube maybe want to be a star or think they're going to be, but they found out really quickly that's not that easy. Especially now, gaming community. How many channels are out there? To stick out, to really stick out, to like rise above the cream of the crop, it either takes you a long time for people to find you, or you do something that everybody all of a sudden, wow, this guy came out of nowhere, just everybody just is drawn to the channel from everybody liking it or talking about it. Next up, that's all. I just thought I had another comment, but I don't. So guys, I'm going to be making, hopefully it won't go a full week making a video. I've been very busy, and so that is that. So guys, I will talk to you next time.